Hello everyone, it's Coach Dragos from Physiodynamics, and I'm back with part number 2 on how to get your first pull-up done. If you saw my very first video, I show you guys 2 exercises to do for the pull-up. If you haven't seen it, check the description below. I'm going to put the link over there. You must see that video first so you know what step number 1 and step number 2 before you go now into today's step number 3, 4, and 5. Follow these 5 steps, practice them religiously, especially as part of your back workout, and you'll see how quickly you're going to get to your first pull-up. Until we dive into that though, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you get more updates. I'll be showing you way more exercises to do to learn how you do from not being able to do them at all to doing them free body without any kind of help and doing high repetitions of them. So if you like these kinds of videos, hit that like, show me you love them, and I'll be posting way more. So having said all that, let's get down to business, guys. The very first exercise, or I should say step number 3 in getting your pull-ups going, is the banded pull-up. Now essentially here you're going to be doing a full pull-up with the help of these tensor bands. So do be careful where you buy them from though. Make sure they're good quality. This one specifically is the Core FX, my bad, can't speak English today. Core FX is of course the Northern Lights. There's all these good brands that you know they're not gonna snap on you. They can be stretched really well and they won't snap on you. Buy a crappier brand and then you're kind of like on the risk for things ripping, snapping, etc, etc. Now they also come of course in thickness. So however the thicker it is, the more help you're going to get. So of course, if you're somebody who just weighs 100 pounds, you're not going to get a 200-pound band, or vice versa, right? If you're 200, don't just get the 10-pound band to help you out. So see exactly, based on your weight, based on how much strength you have, and get a band accordingly. The whole idea is you should be able to do a pull-up without anybody helping you around except for the band, okay? So what's going to happen is on your pull-up rack or anything like that, I do mind you guys to be very careful if you have those door frame kind of pull-up devices. Number 1 is going to be very hard to hook it up like this. Number 2, be careful how much the door frame can take as well, because you don't want to have one of those older door frames that can't sustain too much weight and end up breaking the whole door frame, breaking the device, etc., hurting yourself. So be very careful with that. Now an alternative of this one, if you have a gym that you go to, and most gyms nowadays have the pull-up assist machine. So it's one of those machines that has it has the pull-up, it has a little platform that you either put your knees or your feet, depending on the brand type, and then you set up the weight, how much weight you want to put to push you back up. So that's the alternative of this one. If you're not, if you don't have a space at home and you have a gym and the gym allows for that, then you can go that way. But if you have a rack like this at home, get your band. Get it on the on double like this. So the normal way you're going to hook it in from one side. Actually, I'm just gonna hook it onto this side so you guys can see me better. Pull it in, and then through this hole over here, you're going to get the other side. Pass it through. Boom! You create a little knot at the top over there, and now it's not going to undo itself. So the more pressure you put, the tighter it gets. You know it's going to keep you up there. Now from here, you're going to, most of the life, you're going to need something to step up on so that you'll be able to put your foot into it. Now what I always recommend you guys is to put your foot through here, right? Some people like to go with their knees like so. It's an option. I just prefer, I have more control when it comes to the foot, so that number 1, you're either wearing sneakers or socks or anything like that, or even if it's just your bare foot, I find that I have better control putting in that than when I put my actual, and you saw right over there how the band is. If I go a little bit further back, these things can snap off and hit me in the face, etc., etc. So put your foot right over here, bigger surface area as well. So I try to kind of put it mid-foot. I extend it fully down. Now again, like I said, don't worry, if it's a good quality, it's not gonna rip, it's not gonna break. You can put your whole weight on it, you will be fine, okay? The other foot can either go behind, can join the foot, or just leave it hanging. It's up to you guys, okay? So now as you can see, I'm on the floor, fully stretched. The band is fully stretched. I'm grabbing a hold, and what's happening now is I'm using some of my strength plus some of the band strength to be able to pull myself up. So let's check it out how that goes. It's going to be up, boom, 2, down, 3, down, 4, and down. So see how amazing that is. I'm not using a band. If I was a beginner on this one and I had a little bit of strength, this type of band will be perfect for me because I am using a little bit of my strength to pull us up, and the rest is being held by the band. So I could do 15, 20 repetitions of this, use some of my strength, get the shoulders, the biceps, the back used to the engaging, but I'm not on my own, so I don't have to lose that control. I can now focus on the back, the shoulders, the biceps, to work everything in unity to be able to do a pull-up all the way. So while you're doing this one, always be careful that you want to still focus on the actual movement, to flex the back as you're going up. Focus on the back, engage it, squeeze the lats on your way up. When you go down, feel them that are stretching out, right? So you want to always have that full range of motion out of it and that full concentration on what's going on. Don't let the biceps and the shoulders take over all the movement. Make sure the back is involved, okay? So this one, you're gonna have 3 sets of them, about 15 repetitions. Boom, you're good with step number 3. Now let's get rid of the band. Step number 4. This one is coming in similar to the negatives. Well, you're doing negatives to be more exactly, but if you have a partner, the partner can take the weight of the bench, so they can take the work that the bench is going to do for you. But if you don't have a partner, here's going to happen over here. I'm going to have a foot right on the bench over here. I'm getting ready and in position for the pull-up, and I'm almost mimicking the banded pull-ups, but with a little bit more control. Now, this is a point, and this step requires you to be total honest with yourself, okay? It's not the idea, okay, I'm pushing myself up, and then I'm going down a negative. That's not the point of step number 4. The point of step number 4 is to have a good footing over here and start pulling yourself up with the hands, with the arms rather. Keep the back engaged, keep that same idea that the pull-up needs to be a back exercise and you need to engage the back. So when you pull yourself up, feel how difficult it is, and based on that, use your leg to get you going through the movement. In other words, the leg does very little work, just enough to move you from foot on the floor to at the top. When you're at the top, leg comes off and you let yourself go down in the negative. Now it could be just as much as you're up, boom, you fell down. Maybe you're at that stage, you're not strong enough yet, that's perfectly fine. Keep on practicing, but when you go up, it is critical. Use the pull as opposed to the push from the leg, okay? Be very conscious, be very honest with yourself, because otherwise you're never going to be able to pass the step and you're never going to be able to get a strong enough pull-up. So, pull yourself up, release, hold on for dear life, and come on down slow. Put the foot back up, pull up, hold on for dear life, and come down, okay? Can't emphasize enough, don't push too hard with the foot. You're going to lose the whole purpose of the exercise and what it's trying to do for your back, okay? Last and but not least is going to be the isometric hold, okay? Now, whenever I do any kind of strength training with any of my clients, so it doesn't matter if it's a pull-up, it's a bench press, if it's a row, whatever, I always throw isometric holds. This is because when you do an isometric hold, the muscle needs to be stuck in that position. So it needs to hold. Now when the muscles contract and release, that's one way of training the muscle, one way of tearing off the fiber. But by contracting and holding that contraction for 10, 15, 20, whatever seconds, now you have a different way of activating that muscle, a different way of structuring that neurological connection and the tearing of the fibers in order to be able to get the muscle stronger, to get it used to tension, get it used to weight, okay? So what's gonna happen on this one, again, you're in position, you're going to pull yourself up and you're gonna try to hold there for 5 to 10 seconds. Again, depending on what level you're at. If you're more advanced, hold it for 30 seconds and kind of build yourself up from there, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Use a stepper or just jump yourself up. Let's assume that you're not yet at the point where you just cleanly pull yourself up, okay? So let's pretend you need the help. I'm here, I'm engaged, and I'm holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 5 is the max, you're gonna let go and come on down. If you need, quick second out of that. For some people, that's a lot, especially if they're building up to. So give it a couple of seconds. Let especially the arm, the back, loosen up. Get a little bit of blood oxygen to the muscle. Now you're engaging again, and I'm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm loosening out again, okay? So whichever level you're at, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, doesn't matter. Build yourself progressively. So what you're trying to do in a nutshell, level 3 or step number 3, the one with the banded one, 3 sets, 15 repetitions, boom, you're good with that. Moving to step number 4, you're looking at about 10 repetitions like that. Again, 3 sets. So go through 3 sets of that one at 10 repetitions each. This one over here, the isometric pull-up hold, again 3 sets for as many seconds as possible. I'm going to leave it at that. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it is, but always make sure that every time you practice, you go and get more seconds. Even if it's by 1 second more, if by 2 seconds more, doesn't matter. Keep on practicing, keep on getting that strength up, and over time you'll be surprised how, oh, now when I jump up, I don't need to use as much momentum, or I can now use an easier band to pull myself up. So you'll see this progress, this progressive overload improvement type idea that you're going to get with consistency and challenging yourself. Remember, don't stay at one level. That's how the plateau happens. So I hope that this helped you guys a little bit. These are all the 5 steps that you need to worry about. Step 1 and 2 was in the previous video, which I put the link in the description box below. Step 3, 4, and 5, I just showed you guys today. Practice on these ones, see how they go, see how you improve. Let me know in the comments below how they helped you and if they're helping you, or if you have any kind of maybe injury, restrictions, or things like that, that maybe you can't do one of the steps. You're always more than welcome to message me. I'll be more than happy to get in contact with you and see how we can modify that exercise to make it work for you and to work around your restriction, your immobility, or whatever the situation may be. Until my next video, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. My name is Coach Drives from Physio and Dynamics. Have an amazing and strong day.